Hey there, thank you for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. It's 25 to 5 on Thursday the 19th of June 2025. I am just exiting London. I'm on the Kingston bypass. I am leaving Wimbledon. I work one day a week in Wimbledon and my car says it's 33 degrees outside. Let me just show you the delights of outer skirts London. Bit of a concrete jungle, as you'll see. Huge landmark, tower block there. Don't know what that's called. Anyway, absolutely mental temperatures today. Quite nice in the office because it's air conditioned, obviously. And I am expecting something horrible to happen imminently, or that something horrible might have happened at home already, or that something horrible is going to happen, because I've had a lovely day. I've had a lovely day at work. I had a lovely drive into work, got into Wimbledon about 7:30 this morning to avoid all the traffic. Managed to leave just after 4, where of course I am on my way to Wimbledon to meet my wife, well, to visit my wife. And basically in my life, and you can say I'm paranoid, but it happens every single time. Anytime anything nice happens to me, apparently I have to pay the bill. And something horrible happens to me. So I'm just waiting for that downfall now, because it's going to come. It's going to come, ladies and gentlemen. Comes every time. It's not paranoia when it happens all the time, and I can demonstrate that it happens all the time. So I'm hoping the cats are safe at home on their own in this mega heat. It's dropped to 32 degrees now in my car. I mean, my car does occasionally tend to overestimate the temperature by a couple of degrees. My watch says it's 30 degrees. I'm quite prepared to say it's 30 degrees, which is mental. People say, why don't, well, not people, some people in other countries, for example, people in the US, say, why don't you have air conditioning in your houses? It's because we don't need it. Generally speaking, the temperature never normally gets this high, and if it does, it's only for like maybe a week of the year, and it's just not worth the expense and the hassle of putting in AC. Usually it's very, very damp here and wet and moist. People don't like that word moist, but I'm going to use the word moist again. And, you know, we don't need AC, but with climate change, maybe we do. And the problem is, of course, is climate change means engaging with more energy production, which is just going to make the matter worse. There is this, there's quite a famous cartoon of a guy on a sort of bicycle or in an electric car, sort of, you know, going, oh, I'm so green, and you can see that in the distance it's plugged into a factory pumping out smoke, etc. I don't accept that argument, because if we were to go to renewable sources like wind power or wave power or solar panel power, even nuclear power, then in theory we could generate all of our power without pumping fossil fumes into the atmosphere. I don't know why electric cars don't have solar panels on them, for example. I realise it might not be able to provide all the power that a car needs, but certainly you could supplement the battery with additional power as you're driving along, couldn't you? Yeah, anyway, I've kind of gone off on one now. So here I am, it's now 20 to 5, leaving London. I'm now travelling through Surbiton. Surbiton, I believe, is famous for the TV sitcom from the 1970s starring Richard Briers and Felicity Kendall, The Good Life. Pretty certain they lived in Surbiton in Surrey. Hazelmere is in Surrey, and that's where Liz currently resides, in hospital, so at least we're in the right county. Obviously I've got my air conditioning on at not quite full power, but pretty high pelt. So yes, off to visit Liz, then I'll be going home. opening all the windows, letting the cats into the garden. I had a bit of a stressful day at work yesterday because it was my first day back after a couple of days off, and some things had kind of exploded a little bit, and I was massively panicking because, and I may have said this before, my problem is that I internalize everything, right? And if there's a problem, then I tend to think it's my fault, even though 99.9% of the time it's not my fault. Sometimes it is my fault, and then I feel even worse. But basically, I felt a little bit like I'd lost control, but I got control back by the end of the day. I basically worked into the evening and made sure that I had that control back. And today, it's been excellent. I feel completely in control today, which is why I am probably going to suffer a massive setback very soon. Something bad is going to happen to me, ladles and jelly spoons, because that's what happens. We are now on the A3, traveling through Esher, and this is an A road, not a motorway, but essentially the same as a motorway, just, you know, not quite, same speed limit. And yeah, we are on the A3, aka the Portsmouth Road, having now left the bulk of London. I think we might still be within the M25, which, as you will know, is the largest roundabout in the world. The M25 orbital motorway encompasses the whole of Greater London and goes all around it like a gigantic circular ring road, aka a roundabout. I like the M25 actually. I did once spend a day going all the way around it. I did stop on the way, but you know, I went to see my friend Pete Reed once in I want to say Romford, but I could be wrong. Anyway, I went there and I travelled north around the M25, and then when I left I travelled south around the M25, making sure that I'd done a complete circuit of the M25 in one day. Now, on my right hand side, coming up behind me, is a lesser spotted police car with blue flashing lights. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. So the blue flashing light index for today will be quite high on the P rating, which means is good news for the economy, I think. I don't know, because I'm making this up as I go along. Anyway, this is the first time I've been to Wimbledon and it hasn't been completely overcast and miserable and dreary. That was I just heard another police car, but I didn't see it. Was it an unmarked car that's just gone past? It's entirely possible. Yeah, anyway, it's Wimbledon fortnight soon, but apparently I should be okay because basically we're going to get like an extra 500,000 people in over the fortnight. Now, I'm probably only going to be going in one day a week, maybe 2 days a week, but I tend to get in quite early, and apparently it shouldn't be too bad. So hopefully I will avoid the majority of the madness. We will see. Yeah, so let me just turn you around again so that you can see my beautiful face. You see, because I've got this double mount here, you see, that lets me swap it around deliberately. I could have two cameras here, one facing forward, one facing back, and I may have even done that before. I don't know. Anyway, so what terrible things could happen to me? Don't know yet, but something bad is going to happen to me. So just kind of waiting to see what that is, really, because I'm not allowed to have a nice day. Now, talking about Elizabeth today, I believe, and she may even still be there at the time of recording this, has been on a trip to M&S, Marks and Spencer's, shopping with the hospital. I think they took her on a day out, which is nice. I wasn't invited, but hey, don't worry about that. I mean, it would have been quite nice really to have taken the whole week off, and I could have done that today. I could have, you know, Monday and Tuesday I had off for the plumbers. I could have taken Thursday off to go with Liz shopping. Wednesday and Friday would have been my own, but I wasn't invited, so there you go. But anyway, I could have had a nice day in the sun, flying drones, getting hot, getting sunburned. Pussycats could be outside. That would have been quite nice, wouldn't it? But I wasn't invited. Anyway, so there we go. What else is there to talk about? What else is there to talk about indeed? Did all my shopping last night. Don't need to do any shopping tomorrow. That's nice. Hopefully I'll have a nice quiet day tomorrow. But of course, don't forget, something nasty is going to happen to me. Let me just switch my trees around so that the word subscribe ever so subtly appears on your screen and kind of implores you and kind of surreptitiously reminds you to click the subscribe button and to remember to comment on my video and share and like and all the other YouTubey stuff. Now we've got traffic bunching up here. I don't know why. Could be an exit coming up. I am going to pull into the outer lane if I can, but there's a man there trying to make sure I don't do that. And there's another man also desperately trying to make sure I don't do that, which means it's definitely the right thing to do. So that's what I'm going to do, because I think there might be an exit blocked up here. So let's see what happens. What else to talk about? Not a lot, really. The bill for the plumbers came in very quickly. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of respite on that, but anyway, it came in. I paid it immediately. I don't like things like that hanging over me. So, I think that makes me a nice customer. This is a 2 monster day because it's a Thursday and I'm doing lots of driving. That's my monster finished. I also had a very nice slushy earlier. It was green and yellow. And there's a sweet shop right below my office. And I happened to mention that I worked upstairs. And they said that gives me a 10% discount. So there you go, 10% discount in the sweetie shop that's downstairs. That's very nice, isn't it? So here we are now, stuck on the Esher bypass near Cobham, England, on the A3 at 16:47. My car says it is now 31 degrees outside. My watch still says it is 30. I'm prepared to believe my watch, but let us see. I'm going to be quiet for a moment now. Hey there, it's Saturday. Got up really super early today. I've got a drone gig. The Hatch Warren Community Centre, which is like literally a 2-minute walk from my house. They're having like a fun day thingy, and they contacted me a few weeks ago because they remembered I'd used my drone to film the firework display that they had last November, and they want me to go down and film them setting up and film people at the event. So I'm told it won't rain today, but it has been raining this morning, albeit just a light shower. And I think it's going to be hot today, another 30 degrees, so we should be okay. I'll have to negotiate and see if they'll let me take off from within the park, because I don't think I'm strictly allowed to by bylaws, but usually there's police at these events, so maybe they'll let me do it. Anyway, just wanted to sort of round off this video because I'm conscious that I just kind of ended the last clip without really concluding it, and I'm all about tidy, neat endings. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Total Ramblings. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the usual YouTubey stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.